Now before we open our IDE and create classes and objects, let's look at some conventions that are used to create classes. So we create a class by using the keyword class before the name of the class. This is similar to how we create functions by using the keyword fun before the name of the function. Next, the name of the class starts with a capital letter. This is opposite to creating functions and variables, since function and variable names start with a small letter. Now, let's open the IDE and create a class. First, to create a class, right-click on the src folder on the left panel. From the options, select New and then select kotlin file/class. A dialog box will appear. Write the name of the class here. We are writing the name as dog right now. And from this drop-down, select class. Click OK. Now as you can see, a new class called dog is created for us. It has the keyword class and the name of the class starts with a capital letter. Inside these curly braces, we will write the body of this class. So let's start with writing the state or properties of this class. We will write it using variables. So we define 3 var-type variables called breed, color, and age. Then we put a colon and give the data types for these variables. The data type for breed and color will be string and for age will be integer. Now if you see, the IDE has underlined them in red, telling us that there is an error here. What do you think could be the error? Well, if you remember, we always initialize our variables while declaring them, right? So let's initialize these 3 variables with some value. This is how we do it. Now let's add behaviors for this class. Behaviors are nothing but functions that the members or objects of a class can perform, right? So we add functions to this class. Let's create 2 functions here called eat and bark. And we can have print statements inside them. So for eat, we can write $sign and breed s eat food. And for bark, we can write $sign breed s bark. So for eat, we can write this. And for bark, we can write this. Do you remember what these $signs are and why we have used them? Yes, the $signs are string templates and we use them to make the print statement print the value of a variable. If we do not use the string template, the print statement will print the word breed instead of printing the value of breed, which in this case is Labrador. Now these functions in a class are also known as member functions. So we have created the definition of the class dog. Now let's try and run this class and see the output. But wait, we are not getting the run option here. Can you think why? Well, if you remember, we told you that only things that are either written inside or are called inside the main function give an output. So let's write the main function. So we write the main function outside this class. Now, when we wrote functions outside the main functions earlier, we called those functions inside the main function to execute them, right? But for classes, we need to create objects of this class inside the main function. So we create an object like this. We declare a val or var variable, put an equal to sign, and then write the name of the class with parentheses. This name that we have given to this variable is the name of the object we have created for the class dog. Now, we can simply call these 2 functions inside the main class. We call the functions by writing the name of the object of the class, then we put the dot operator, and then the name of the function like this with parentheses. Now let's run this main function and see the output. Yes, we get the results. Now, we can also give different values to these property variables here. So we can write the object name, the dot operator, and then the property name that we had used here. And we give new values to these variables. Now if you run this program, you will see that the name of the breed changed to this breed that we had mentioned here. We can also write a separate print statement for this in this main function like this. Now, let's run the program and see the output. So, we get all three print statements. The values of variables are the ones we declared in the main function. So, we have created classes and objects. But this is not how developers do it. There is a more efficient way of creating classes and objects, and that is by the use of constructors. We will learn about them in the next video, but before that, why don't you take a small quiz and see how much you have understood?